Nick has this thing where he's got this act in public. Like the real him can be very vitriolic and emotional and spazzy and but he likes to look like he's in control publicly. So like during that return stream, he's really bad at this. Like in order to trash people, he'll say like really subtle, secretive things and do like a weird facial tick. Like, oh, yeah. And it like you watch it and you go, I know you're trying to someone right now. You kind of just look. And like even the person that knows that he's on them just goes, yeah, that's not what you did just there was not ballsy or interesting or anything. It was just really like the problem is Nick is not nearly as interesting or as intelligent as he would really, really like to be. He's kind of a boring, average guy who got born into a family with money. So he's trying to match the status he was born into. And unfortunately, he's just remarkably unremarkable. And I think that's where a lot of the drugs and the drinking and everything and the lifestyle and all that comes in, is he's trying to make himself more fascinating than he is. Well, with this, with the Simpcast thing, I go in, I'm watching Chrissy because people are like, oh, she's shitting on you. And I learned from the Nick thing, I'm like, you got to go watch it first. You can't just be like Chrissy.
Yeah, you better make sure before you start burning. And let me tell you another thing about Chrissy. Oh, wait, she just said I was a dick. That's actually accurate.
Well, no, and the girls were talking about our situation, my situation. And the girls love it. The girls love the gossip, you know. And they're talking about it. And Chrissy goes, yeah, I think in many ways, Aaron maybe put the show before his marriage. And I'm like, yeah, sometimes that's absolutely true. There were other times I put my marriage before the show and it hurt the show. And I don't think maybe my contribution to the marriage was appreciated. And the sacrifice to the show was appreciated. But no, she's absolutely right. Some of the time it was definitely like that. And then Keanu said, oh, I think even Aaron would say that. And I'm like, yeah. Aaron would say that. Aaron has said that. So like these people are like, oh, they're you, dude. So I go watch and I'm like, no, they're
just saying what I've said.
They're being remarkably fair. So I super chatted in and I'm like, hey, girls, you know, great show. Somebody said you were trashing me, Chrissy. I went and watched it and I 100% agree with everything you said. And then she goes, oh, I'm going to send Aaron the link and we'll invite him on.
Uh-oh.
And
she's just trying to hook you up with more Strange, huh?
Yeah. Anthony's...
Who was the new lady? Who's the new side piece?
Anthony's girlfriend Missy was on there, and I've never met or talked to Missy before. She was very, very nice, and I don't think she liked me very much. Like before I came on, and then after I was on, she's like, "Oh, you're not a piece of." And I was like, hey, I like it when
she hasn't gotten to know you yet.
Yeah. Well, no, I just like it when I come into a low bar. You know, that's all. Trump 45 1 ban me, says Aaron, it's your life. Don't edit your show for a-holes. Ungrateful a-holes grifting off the situation. I wish you will. Well, sad for Nick, Ape, and Kayla seem competitive. They are. April wants Kayla's spot. I mean, that's just, in my opinion, that's just the way it is. Like, she wants Kayla's spot. And I think she's going to get it because April's willing to do whatever Nick wants. She is.
Well, if Kayla's going to wake up, if she's going to wake up from anything, this is, I don't know how much deeper in you can get before you realize if you want out like you've said and you know proclaimed you have before, what more do you need to show you that now's the time to get out? Like,
there's also a chance that she said that just to, you know, keep my mouth shut and keep me, you know, stop me from talking about, you know, hey, I'm not really big on this whole. Like not.
Yeah, because that plan totally worked.
Yeah, right. Well, I also think, I don't think Kayla's feelings for me, and she may say now that they were totally authentic and blah, blah, blah. I'm not saying she's lying, but I think Kayla would have loved anyone who wasn't Nick at that point. Like
just someone in the situation.
Kayla would have loved a reprieve from her relationship, no matter who it was. I don't doubt her sincerity towards things she said to me. I don't doubt her sincerity. I just don't know if it was the fact that it was me. You know, I think it was the fact that it was anybody that wasn't Nick is the issue. But I do know when April brought her clothes there, she didn't like that. I know that she didn't like the hold she had over Nick. And April, oh my God, would April say the things about Kayla in private? Oh my God. Like her and Nick sitting me down while Kayla was asleep one time. They sat me down in the bathroom and they were just talking about Kayla. And like April was like, I have watched her hurt this man so many times. I'm like, oh, that's funny because from my perspective, I've watched him be a gaslighting piece of and driving her insane. But then, all right, that's interesting. And Kayla would always say, like, she feels like April's trying to be a younger me. And, you know, April would say, she doesn't know how to treat him and blah, blah, blah. Like, April was trying to replace her. And you could tell that she was trying to do that because her and Nick would constantly be paranoid and say, you and Kayla are trying to bring up swapping partners and just being with each other and us being together. It's like, we're not like saying that. Like, we've talked about how it feels that way sometimes, but we're not saying that's how it should be. You guys are saying that. Like, I don't think, like, as much as like Keanu and stuff and Gino, they accuse Nick of brainwashing April, I think it's a little more mutual. I do.
Like they both were working towards a goal?
They're both angling toward what they want, and that may work out for the two of them because they're both kind of conniving and scheming to get what they want out of the situation. And as long as those interests align,
that's not gonna, I don't know. That's just, I don't ever believe a relationship that forms specifically out of breaking up another one.
That's true.
Like if a relationship is ending and it's on its way out and then you meet somebody, like that relationship was ending either way, so that's maybe not as much of a thing. But if the two of you are together and, oh, we're super happy and I'm aggressively monogamous, this, that, and the other, and then you bring in another new little lady and all of a sudden you start branching off the old one. Like I said, I don't know, if you're the new lady, how long do you get to keep that gig before we find another new lady?
Yeah, so whoever said that, the April and Kayla seem competitive, there's a lot of dislike there. There's a lot of dislike and distrust there, and for good reason. Like, I've heard both of them talk about each other. It ain't good, especially the way April talks about Kayla. I mean, it's really... So, put it this way. The first person who wants to get clean in that group of three is going to be the first one out. Because
I have no idea who that'll be.
If Kayla's serious, then it's going to end up being Nick and April together.
So what did Mersh do now that he pissed off Alex?
We'll get